We are live. What is going on, legendary world? This is Dave Sharpe, and it is another episode of Wake Up Legendary. I sound like kind of like some sort of a news anchor or something. Doing that intro on a daily basis has created a little bit of journalist in me or something. Which leads me to the point that we are very honored and privileged that we have the guest that we have on today, because recent circumstances have sort of thrown her family's life into a bit of a major change, just like so many other people, and so we'll talk about some of the realities of how not only just getting to become, as you can see in the headline, a multiple six-figure, and her husband on their way to being seven-figure earners as entrepreneurs. I mean, it's not a yellow brick road. It's not paved with flowers and singing Kumbaya the whole time. And then you throw this recent situation of this pandemic and so forth into the mix. And so we're going to talk about real stuff today. We're going to talk and hear from a woman who I've known for many years and watched her grow. She's a teacher and a student in this industry. So not only does she market, but she also teaches marketing and has been a great leader to many people, great influencer. And it's been a great privilege. I can't really talk today either. My mouth it's still getting warmed up here, folks. So drop a comment. That'll help get it warmed up a little bit more. Maybe you could share this with somebody and we could get more people on. They could throw some energy my way and get my mouth moving and working the way that's supposed to be working. So with that being said, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. I have the honor and the privilege to welcome to the stage now, the virtual stage, Leah Getz. What's going on?
Hey, Dave. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm excited to be here with the community. I just realized today, I was like, we don't have a spring thing. We're not getting together. So I miss everybody. So this is a great opportunity to hang out and serve the community.
Well, we'll give you a little bit of a virtual round of applause here. So just kind of make it feel like, we're all together,
Good. Thank you.
So yes, it's awesome. You are, let's get some creds out of the way. You've done quite amazing things in the past couple of years. You've hit top affiliate in at least one other platform here. You've made it to platinum, so you're a big ring holder, which means that you've done over $100,000 in commissions, not just sales commissions, folks. So don't get it twisted. And you and I really started to work together back several years ago in a little, I guess you would call it half network marketing, half affiliate marketing. It was network marketing. That's the bottom line. So maybe we'll talk a little bit about network marketing and why we both got out of it today as well. Who knows if the rabbit hole leads us down that path. But tell us where you came from, why you even got into this. Just a brief nutshell for anybody who doesn't know who you are.
Yeah. So I used to be a nurse, registered nurse. My husband was a band teacher. His job got cut 3 times in 3 years, and it did not have any stability for us. It was not what we were promised, going to school and following the traditional route. And we ended up kind of finding ourselves in this weird place. We were working in IT for healthcare, and we were able to make a lot of money with it, but he had to travel. So we both did it, and then kids came, and then I stayed home, and he was still traveling. So Sunday afternoon through Thursday night, Friday morning, he was flying across the country to Sacramento, and we were living in a place that he could not make a decent income locally. He had to continue this, and it wasn't an option for us. And so we found network marketing, and
like
kind
many
of
do.
yeah, like traditional, warm market, offline, health and wellness kind of thing. And I was, background in nursing. I was like, well, this stuff really helped me, and I'm going to tell everybody because it's, quality of life, and I'll help people. Might as well get paid. So I had like zero ambition at the beginning, and then eventually, like, it really helped me grow into thinking like an entrepreneur, because that was not how I grew up at all. I'm very
Right.
security minded, and Todd ended up joining me in the journey, and we really saw this as the way, like the opportunity for him to stop traveling, to be home, because we had waited over 10 years to have kids, and we anxiously waited for 10 years. And so now that we had our first child, and I was a single mom half the time, and that was not what we envisioned. So we dove in and we went hard, and having excelled in the corporate world,
Yeah.
like, it was really sucky because we stunk in network marketing. Like, we were really, really bad, and it was hard. That was a hard pill to swallow. So we tried offline, we did all that stuff, we failed utterly, and then we found online, and we started to learn how to attract people, and attraction marketing, and actually learn how to market for real. And that's when things started to change for us. We got into affiliate marketing. The combination of affiliate marketing and network marketing worked really well for us for quite a while. That's where we got introduced to you. Eventually, we decided to make the shift in just full internet marketing, get out of the network marketing space, to just allow more freedom for our family, because that's just so person oriented, and I had to make the calls and do all this stuff. And so we wanted to just really protect our time as a family. And so we focus more on affiliate marketing, digital sales, and different things that we do in our business. But we started August of 2015 is when we came online. Todd retired March, St. Patrick's Day of 2017. And we had our first six-figure month May of 2018, and 2018 was our first seven-figure year. And so it was a big journey for us, going from knowing nothing to being full-time entrepreneurs, and even in an economic downturn, like, having the confidence to know that we're going to be fine. Like, even if we've got a bad day or a bad month, like, we have the skills, we have the ability to figure something out and always make something happen.
Are you talking about in this economic downturn that's going on right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you weren't around in the previous one with the recession. Right. Okay, so I was kind of coming in on the tail end of that. So I kind of consider myself now, this is my second recession, that I'm surviving through, another notch on the old belt. So, like, there's a lot of people right now that I think are feeling, and by the way, congrats on all of that. And I do remember when you were just like acting as if like you were, I guess you weren't even full time yet back in 2016 when we were working together in that affiliate network marketing company. We were selling water filtration devices. We had a lot of fun doing that. Like, it is kind of a fun thing until it's not fun anymore. Right. Like some businesses, it's like network marketing, I think it's fun until it's just not fun anymore. But I do also want to say we're not here to bash it. Like, anything that sparks the entrepreneurial itch or spark and ignites that flame in somebody, I think is great. It's just, I think the more successful you get in network marketing, the problem is that you're now looked at by all these people. They want you for webinars and three-way calls, and you're just in high demand. And sometimes it's not quite the money that it's made out to be, right? So it's like, here you're running around basically making a few $1,000s a month or whatever, and you want to try to climb the ladder, and it's like, holy smokes. So, okay. How would you describe convince, whatever, like, say to somebody, we're not really in the business of convincing, but somebody who's looking at, like, they didn't prepare earlier and now they're going through this right now. And even though you and I were sharing some thoughts before the call about this is still difficult being home with the kids, how is it different versus if you would have never followed through and you were still in the corporate rat race?
Oh, yeah. We would be petrified, because in the position that Todd had, it was very well paying, but it was contract. So who's the first people to get cut? When anything like this happens, it's the people they're paying the most. It's the contractors. And so we would be very scared. He'd probably have lost his job, and we'd be in a very difficult place. I think that for folks, and we've actually got this, I've had people who've reached out to me. I had people who texted me from back when I used to call leads years ago, who saved me on their phone apparently, and texted me, okay, I think I'm ready to do something. I'm finally ready to learn the skills. I'm ready to do this, because now they're realizing everything that they had planned and that security they thought they had was a house of cards. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, okay, now this thing that I thought was just something fun that I was wasting money on before, now it's real. And I have to if I want real security, it's in my hands. And I need to build the skills to build the online business, to build something that I control and that isn't controlled by outside forces. And so for folks who are not yet, self-sustaining, they're still in the corporate world and stuff, I'd say take this time as a wake-up call to get super laser focused. That yes, all of that security you thought you had can be gone in a moment. And it's so much better when you control your own destiny, when you have the skills and everything built up that you can sustain, and you can come up with new ideas and new offers and just create what you need to sustain your family.
Yeah. And also there's models online that can be a trap as well. So it's like I know you're doing some e-com and you do affiliate marketing, you do various things now. You guys are savvy, you've got the know-how, you have the financial means to be able to go over and try other things, and if they don't work out or whatever, like it's like launching businesses. We get successful, we put our money to work, or we put people to work or whatever, right? That's the benefit of being an entrepreneur. But so we can also pick I think it's important when we come online. For me, a major takeaway has been to make sure that the business models that I'm running also will survive, that I, in some way, shape, or form, have an ability to control things to a certain extent, whether it's that I'm building my own assets, my own channels, my own email list. I'm building like all these things. I've got the ability to transition to doing the checkout if I want. I've got the ability to be able to. I got the know-how and the knowledge to package my information if I need to. Sure, affiliate marketing is great because I don't have to do all the back end. I don't have to do all that, but I could just still get paid like it's my business. But if something happens, do I have the knowledge to be able to run a webinar and sell something? You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that I've seen you develop over the past couple of years. You haven't just been one of these one-trick ponies who goes out and hypes on Facebook, and you're actually developing skills. So tell me a little bit about why you or how you saw the importance of developing skills versus just promoting things.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually sad to see people that we looked up to as leaders when we first came into this industry, people who we thought had it all figured out, who ended up being that one-trick pony, who they do Facebook and they hype something and then it crashes and then they move on to something else, 6, 9, 12 weeks later or whatever, and then it's the next new thing, and then they're hyping that and they're going, and you're like, wow, yeah, you built big teams or you've done great things, but you have to keep doing it, and you don't have any security, and it's gone all the time. And we always looked at this as a business, and it was us, it was our business, it wasn't the opportunity. So we are our business, our email list, our website, our audience, all of that is us, right? Like that is our business. We have specific offers that serve our audience. And that might be an affiliate offer, that might be our own digital products, now physical products. But because I think we've always had the business mindset that this wasn't just an opportunity that, and it wasn't specific to a company, it was us, and that we've been able to really focus on us, which sounds narcissistic, but I mean, it's our business. So you got to focus on building your personal brand.
You're the business.
Yeah.
It's the difference
and so then
between
you
Muhammad
can serve
Ali
people
and being a promoter of Muhammad Ali, right? I mean,
exactly.
you can only make money as the promoter if Muhammad Ali says, yeah, you can promote my fight. but it's so much more lucrative, or in today's terms, Mayweather. I mean, he was the highest paid athlete, and sure, all these promoters are clamoring to get him to allow them to promote, but then he said, screw it, I'm just going to do my own promotions, Mayweather Promotions. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think that's sort of in line with what you're saying.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Learning how, treating it like a business, knowing who your audience is, and then you can pick and choose offers that truly serve them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where you build, you build goodwill, but you build a sustainable long-term business. Because, I mean, we have people that have been with us, audience and repeat customers for years since we got started, because we didn't have just one thing that we shoved down everybody's throat. We served people and we were able, based on your needs, this is how we can help you meet your goal. Mm-hmm. And so we had various things that we could work with to do that, and just, kept it business minded versus opportunity minded, if you will.
Yeah, awesome. So just a quick little break for those of you who are interested in a free course today. I'm going to give you access to a free course. If you if you drop a comment, drop something down in the comments, and you also share this with somebody, I'm going to pick out a winner. I may even pick out two, and I'll even post who the winner is after, so you got total transparency. I'm going to give you access to a free course that's worth $297. That just popped in my head. See that? I mean, that's not even something I do on a regular basis, but I think this is this is a higher level conversation. It's good stuff. So I'd like to spread the message as much as possible. I think people are sitting at home really looking for real stuff right now. They're looking, there's so much hype. There's so much political BS. There's so much just, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. So yeah, let's get good information in the hands of the right people. So yeah, gosh, there's so many things I could ask you, but I want to respect your time. We teach, I've sort of developed this messaging to try to make it simple for people, that what we really do is we develop we're in the e-learning industry, at Legendary anyways. We teach how to jump into this booming e-learning industry by the core 4 business models. You can sell information by digital courses, coaching, events, or you can sell other people's. And it's a great way for anybody to get into making their first dollar online. And then it's a great way to scale, because the person who needs that information is going to pay a premium for it, if it's to help them build a business and change their life or save their marriage or whatever. You're one of the people who has done affiliate marketing, but also ascended up into creating your own digital products and so forth. There's people in our community that want to do that. What would be your piece of advice? Matter of fact, some of them I want to get your best piece of advice from somebody who wants to package their own information and sell it. And then you're also have been top affiliates over the past couple of years. You've gone on to become the number 1 affiliate in a attraction marketing community. You're a one of about 10 or so platinums here. So you've also done really well with that. Let's talk first about packaging information. When you decided to do that and you were going to sell marketing training, you're going to teach other people sort of what you were doing. And somebody wants to do that, what was that journey like, and how would you advise somebody to get that done faster than slower, to get it out to market and start making their first sale and then scale from there?
Right. I would actually suggest that you do something different than what we did. We waited quite a long time to create any of our own offers. We solely did affiliate marketing, probably longer than we should have. We could have monetized a bit better if we had done something smaller. So we launched, our first thing was a full-fledged course, $297. And we actually hired Mark Harbert as a coach for months to help us launch that, to get the webinar really refined, to get our ads really fine-tuned, and just to go through that entire process. So for us, it was a really big thing that it didn't actually need to be. We could have eased into it much easier, offering a $19, a $47 something smaller
Mm-hmm.
to get dip our toes in to figure out, how do you integrate the process, the charging and how do you deal with customer support and like all of that logistical stuff
Mm-hmm.
that can be overwhelming to some people when you're doing it with a big course and a big launch. You can dip your toes into that a lot easier with something smaller. So I'd suggest, look at a smaller price point, and what can you over deliver and give a lot of value in at that smaller price point so that you can learn how to integrate everything and get it all set up so that you can then create, you can go on and do something and all that technical stuff will already, you've got that down. It'll be much easier.
That's great.
Yeah, I think learning how to frame. So there's like the creating of the course, which is, how much value you give to people. But then, I mean, that's obviously super important and you want to really over deliver so you can create return customers and really goodwill with your customers.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's almost more important to figure out your sales and marketing angle and how you're going to actually position it. Because if you don't sell it, you can't help anybody. Like no matter how good that product is, no one's going to see it if you don't know how to sell it.
Mm.
And so learning how to really fine tune that sales process, how to position it, have a unique selling point, and all of that, it's quite a process. But so I'd start with something simple and easy and smaller priced so that you can learn those skills in a much smaller scale that's just easier to handle so that you can then go on to create something big. But don't wait and try to do it all, something big at once.
Yeah. And you can gather testimonials from, you can gather social proof, you can gather testimonials, you can actually get people on the training. Whereas, you're selling something for multi-hundreds, multi-thousands, it's like that might be a struggle to make your first sale at the beginning, with no proof of concept, no social proof. One other thing that I want to tell the audience is that I always start by writing the sales material, sales letter first. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be a little bit of a mine, for some of you who think that you need to go and build out all of your everything first, like, oh, what's my thing that I'm going to teach, and let me outline it and record it and all this kind of stuff. And I've also even gotten away from recording stuff for the most part, Leah, because I actually think people enjoy stuff being delivered live versus being recorded. So that's kind of a whole nother conversation, but at least a hybrid. We're running that with Legendary now, and it's working great.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
Write your sales letter first. Like, if you can't write something. And that's why I love selling like just a live webinar, like for that $19 or whatever, just selling a live training, because then if nobody buys, I'm not out any work. I'm not out any work. I didn't just go for hours recording or days or weeks or months or whatever, building a webinar and recording something and all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden it flops. So no, that's like a pound of gold in 5 minutes there. Now let's transition to affiliate marketing. What would you like? I mean, you were nobody, just like I was when you started. Like, you started in network marketing. Our stories are almost identical, except I don't think you owned a Ford F-150 with paint peeling off that you had to start with a screwdriver. So I came from kind of the park benches side of the tracks. You came from Park Avenue side, from corporate America. But I mean, we ended up in the same place, so it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
We both realized that like this was the better place than both of those places. But you graduated to being able to sell other people's products as an affiliate and do it really well. Was there a secret to it? Is there not a secret? What would you suggest to somebody who is coming in and selling our products or is starting with affiliate marketing somewhere else? We don't care. We know there's a lot of people who sneak on the show who do from other companies, for God's sakes. So how did you do that? Like, how did you create such what appear to be astounding results? And you seem like just like you got 10 fingers, 10 toes, and you're a regular person just like everybody else.
Absolutely. Well, we fought this. The secret is there is no secret. Like, everything's out there. You just have to take action. Like, you have to take action because you can't get better. You can't learn a skill without actually doing the things. And so our very first stuff our first sale, first leads all came actually from Instagram. And it was, I went through a training. It taught me how to set up a profile. It taught me how to generate a lead with the link in my bio, directing people to that for some free training. And I did that, just that. And then I offered it to people who I thought would need it, like pointed it out. I did a little hustle because I didn't have an audience yet. So I reached out to people, said, hey, it looks like you're trying to promote X. I've got this training, blah, blah, blah. And then I started generating leads.
You gave
Once
that
we
away
generated
for free?
lead,
You gave that training or whatever away for free?
yeah, we had a little PDF cheat sheet that they could get for free.
Nice.
And even before I was generating leads, I started generating leads because I was selling the result that I had got, right? I learned how to get followers. Just learned how to get followers. And so I'd find someone who was trying to obviously promote something on Instagram, but they had 50 followers. I'd say, hey, I got this free training. It's going to teach you how to get more followers. So that's how we generated our first leads, is that I learned a little skill and then I offered that skill to someone that could use it. And then we just like rinse and repeat. So then that's how we generated our first leads. And then once we were generating leads, we could say, hey, you want to generate leads? This is how you generate leads. And then we just kept going with that and kept improving ourselves and learning and then offering that to others until we made our first sale. And then, this is how you make sales on Instagram. And so we took this, kind of done for you little PDF guide that someone else had created that we were offering. And then we created our own. And this is how we made our first sale on Instagram. And then we just kind of use that process throughout our business in a way, it's like do one, teach one, or do one, learn one, teach one, do one, the whole, med school philosophy, and that's what we've done throughout. And so just that little step, no matter how little you think it is, it's everything to somebody. Like there's someone who's like sitting at their computer going, if I could just, get some more followers, it'd be fine. If I could just generate that first lead. And so being able to offer that to people, that is solving a problem. And when you solve problems for people, that's when you start to make money.
I now have gotten to know you pretty well because we spent quite a bit of time together. And I can tell you that what I also know about you guys, and some of it came out in that little 5-minute, nugget there that you gave away, but is the fact that, and I want to point this out in case people didn't catch this, but, they didn't just sit around and like make a post on Instagram and just wait. I wonder if anybody's going to see this. Why are the leads not rolling in? This internet marketing thing must be a scam type of, mentality that so many people have. You guys you were reaching out. You were like, as they say in the corporate marketing world, outbounding people. I mean, you were like trying to, like it'd be like going on Instagram now doing the same thing, or going into Facebook groups, or going wherever and saying, I see that you're doing this. Hey, I think this might be of value. And instead of just reaching out, pitching something like so many people do, which is the most annoying thing totally played out, you reached out with a value. Hey, look, I've got something that might help you. And hey, let's stay connected and maybe we can continue. So now all of a sudden you've got eyes on you. And especially nowadays with the way that the algorithm works, if you interact with somebody via Messenger, they see all your posts. So now all of a sudden you don't have to. Any of you guys who are pitching in Messenger, it's like, I almost feel like it's a mistake, or you're pitching in the DM, it's a mistake. Build the relationship, trigger the algorithm in the DMs in the Messenger, and then make a powerful post. Put out the bait on your profile and attract people to you. Get them to raise their hand and then message you or leave a comment on your stuff. Because then you have 10 times more posture than if you're sitting there trying to pitch people in Messenger, And I feel like that is attraction marketing. So but I want to get your definition. So this is something that I think you've mastered. I feel like I've kind of mastered it too, but I don't know that I've ever really truly defined it. How would you consider? Some people call it education-based marketing. Obviously, some people call it attraction marketing. How would you define that? Because I think a lot of people, it applies in every niche. It applies in everything that you do. It is got to be the most powerful, depending on you know how there's like God and some people call it different names. Like it's like there's this thing that works and people call
Mhm.
it different things. Let's call it attraction marketing because it makes sense. I think everybody understands kind of can you define that?
Yeah, I think attraction marketing is where you focus on service and you attract the people to you who are most likely ready to purchase, right? Who are most likely going to be willing to eventually take out that credit card. And I think, I mean, from someone who went from cold calling realtors and chasing people at the mall and trying not to vomit when I try to talk to somebody, like all of that chasing
Yeah.
and just where it's all about you and it's all about you making a sale and having that mentality of like I'm gonna get them, right? And switching that, like totally reversing that,
Mm.
where instead you focus on service and you focus on helping people and you attract the people to you who are ready, who are interested, who are most likely going to make a purchase. And it's powerful and it's just such a better place to live in. Like
Mm.
I just it's happy. Like it's like good. It feels good to serve people. And I mean, we actually had an interview last night and it was talking about back in the day. Like I did. We purchased cold leads and I would call them before we got online when we were trying to do network marketing and get cussed at, yelled at. I'd cold call. I'd wasted their poor time. You know, realtors, we got this training that said to do it. So we did it.
Sure.
You know, we did all this stuff and it was horrible. Like I was shaking and I'd call Todd crying while he's at work. Like, I can't do this. This is so hard. And I did it anyway, but it sucked and it felt icky and I didn't like it. And then to switch to attraction marketing where, you know, we're giving value, we're serving people. And then I would call a lead and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe
Right.
you called me. And then Todd's like across the house and he's like, you know, where they're just so excited and happy to talk to you and you can actually help people, whether they purchase or not immediately, later, whatever. It's just a good place to be. And it's a great, you know, business philosophy and a way to help people. So.
That is so true. And I think that the way that you look at, and again, not tooting my own horn, but you look at me and you probably, if you got a call from me right now, you'd be like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe Dave's calling me. But like there was a time to where I was that guy too, who if I got the call from so and so that I watched online or had been following, I would be that same way. And I think there's even some people today that if I got that call, I'd react the same way. But I just want to be clear that everybody and anybody has that opportunity. Like the internet has, in a sense, leveled the playing field that if you do the work, you can get the result. You can be the celebrity. You can be the person who, when you call, they're like, oh my gosh, I know your time is valuable. I want to just, right? And it's like, you're like, no, dude, I got like 5 hours. I'm just hanging out, just want to call you or whatever, right? And
Right.
your job just becomes so much easier because you've become the hunted instead of the hunter. And yeah, it is a more enjoyable way. It's not about grinding, and I try to set all of our sales processes up that same way. You know, I mean, and there's small ways that you can do it. Like for example, if you're setting appointments, you can give away a bonus for them to show up that they get to keep whether they buy or not. You know, so you're always providing value at every step. So no matter what happens, there's not an icky feeling of them feeling like, oh, I'm leaving with nothing. You're always going to leave with something when you come to Dave's house. You're always going to leave with a full belly and a full heart. And hey, we'll either do business or maybe we'll just be friends and maybe we'll do something in the future. But either way, I've got so many leads and I've got so much of an audience. I'm not desperate for one person. And it doesn't
Right.
take a huge audience. I've never had huge social media followings. You know, I mean, there's lots of people who have way more subscribers on YouTube, IG followers, all this kind of stuff. I've never been the social media king, but I think, as I heard Tony Robbins say one time, I've tried to deliver more value, you know,
Mm.
and kind of improve my skills. So when I speak, it's inspirational or it's to be more vulnerable, to tell more about my story, to add more value by, studying and practicing and then being able to teach and share a piece of value that is more memorable to people. So it sticks versus just being another talking head. And I've seen you guys do that too. Would you do me a favor and tell Todd I said hello?
I will. I will. He's managing. They're probably swimming right now. Keep him out of the house and keep the house quiet.
Well, good.
I will definitely tell him that.
It's nice to be in quarantine with a swimming pool, isn't it?
Gosh, I would seriously be insane or dead if we did not have a pool for them to get their energy out in, because
I know
it would be horrible.
We built a pool, and it was just done on the day before Thanksgiving last year, so it was, right on time. So anyways,
Yes.
guys, great. I'm sending you guys my love and my positive energy for you and your family to stay safe. Thank you for coming on today. I'll let you get back to your family, and we'll see you here in the flesh sometime real soon. Okay, where can people find you and follow you at?
Yeah, so our biggest presence right now, our focus is YouTube. So head to Digital Trailblazer. That's our brand, Digital Trailblazer. On YouTube, we have digitaltrailblazer.com as well. But yeah, YouTube is our game right now.
Awesome. So. Awesome. All right, I'll talk to you later. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. Well, wow, what a great show. And it's good to see my friend Leah. She's great. And her husband is great too. So, share this. We'll pick a winner. We're going to give away a free course. It's going to be a free marketing course. So share this, comment, leave a, what else do you got to do on these posts? Like them, hug them. I don't know. But yeah, do those three things: comment, like it or love it, or react to it emotionally somehow, and then share it. And we're going to pick a winner. All three have to have done all three, and we're going to give you access to a course that's valued at $297. I think it'll be real helpful to you. And we want to spread the love, spread the message, spread the value. I will see you back here. We will see you back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Wake up legendary. This is Dave Sharpe. Be legendary.